What's good, YouTube? Flash Speaks back for another video, man. Listen, we got a nice one coming up in the women's basketball, which is South Carolina versus LSU. LSU versus South Carolina. That's going to be the big one coming up. I can't wait to see it. And this brings me to a conversation about Big Foe. For those who don't know, that is Flau'jae Johnson, the spectacular two-guard of the LSU Tigers, who was part of the championship team with Angel Reese 2 years ago. And to me right now is the most underrated player in the nation, in my opinion. One of. I really think she's extremely underrated. Now, I understand the nature of conversations and the nature of debates. Sometimes in conversations and debates when, we find ourselves trying to prove a point or trying to push for a particular person, maybe after a game we just saw, something like that. Sometimes I think we could take positions that we really haven't taken the time to step back and really think about. Now, one of the players I think this is happening with is this outstanding player of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, which is Sonia Citron. Right now, a lot of people high on Citron, and I'm talking about a lot of people that I respect their opinions on. A lot of people that I'll actually give them know the women's game better than me, right? I'll give them that. However, bro, we come into a serious disagreement with how far we're gonna go with Citron. When I look at Sonia Citron, and it's not to be disrespectful at all in any type of way, because actually the player I'm talking about I think is good. Her comp to me, well, like what I see at the next level, Sonia Citron is Lexi Hall. Like, no, I know that's going to rub some people the wrong way, but I see Lexi Hall in the W. Could she be a little better? Yeah. Does she got a little better handle? Yeah. But if you look at the way Lexi Hall was kind of used and played, some similarities there. You're talking about the same height. You're talking about the same general skill set, a shooter, though I think Hall's actually a better shooter. For real. Defense. Both are known for their defense. That's kind of like what I see. The role she plays, though, on that great Notre Dame team is the perfect role for her. Now, many Chicago Sky fans are of the opinion that, you would take her over an Olivia Miles, and I think you bugging. I think that's bugged out. Olivia Miles comes with the type of IQ and the type of basketball skill set that can enable her to be the next Chelsea Gray. Not going to dazzle you with the athleticism. Not going to dazzle you with, jumping out the building and all of that kind of stuff. Not going to be a smothering defender or whatever. But she's a brain out there. And if you're talking about a team like Chicago, where you got Camilla and you got Angel, who both desperately need point guards that can get the rock to them, there is no one better than Olivia Miles. If Olivia Miles is there, if Los Angeles is dumb enough to not take Olivia Miles is the no-brainer for Chicago, especially over a Sonia Citron. Right? You talking about, I project to be the next Chelsea Gray over the next Lexi Hall. Like I'm telling you, she is better than Lexi now, but in the W, that's what I see. I could be wrong, but that's what I see. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to tell you. I don't know if Citron go out there and light it up, I'll be the one to tell you. I don't want to see the Chicago do that, though. I don't want to see Chicago do that. Then there's a second part of this conversation right here, which brings us back to number 4, who I think is the most disrespected player. I've had people come onto my feed and tell me she needs to improve her offense. And I'm like, what the fuck you watching? She need to improve her offense? Fuck is you watching? And then some people saying that she's a worse defender than like a Sonia Citron. I think what's happening with that is Sonia Citron is getting all this notoriety for the job that she did on Juju. And I'm going to tell you, I get it. I do get it. But a lot of times that type of shit can be, what you call that? That's fool's gold a lot of times. If you go out there grabbing her thinking she going to be some type of stopper of a car copper or stopper of a Jewel Lloyd or stop her of a Enrique or something like that, I think that's fool's gold. I wouldn't pick her thinking that's what she's going to be bringing me. Can she stick Caitlin Clark? Probably. But we also know who else can stick Caitlin Clark? Big Foe. Now, this is only relevant in the event that Flau'jae Johnson decides to declare. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons why you take Johnson. Number one, I believe Johnson is just a flat-out better player than Sonia Citron now and in the future. But some people are of the opinion, based on their eye test, which I don't see. I don't have your eyes. You don't have mine. We can't share that. But based on their eye test, Citron is a little better than Flau'jae. Like I said, I don't see that shit at all. But in the event that where you do see that, the only thing you could point to is maybe you think the IQ is. I don't buy that, but maybe you think that. And then maybe you think she's a little taller, which is debatable, and that she is more fundamentally sound. I might go with the fundamentally sound part. I might do that only because what typically happens, athletic people don't have to rely on being as fundamentally sound as people who are less athletic. Athletic people, athletes, similar to like, say, an Allen Iverson, he doesn't have to rely on what, say, a Steph Curry or like a Jason Kidd had to rely on, because he's less athletic. He ain't blown by nobody, so he got to develop other things. That could have happened between Flau'jae and Citron. The difference, though, that athlete always has a higher upside. To try to argue that the fundamentally sound player has a higher upside than an athlete is wild. It's a wild argument. It doesn't typically work that way unless they're so fundamentally sound versus an athlete who's just trash. And nobody would say Flau'jae is trash. She averages more points than Citron on a better shooting percentage. So we're not going to say it's more shots. She averages more points on a better shooting percentage from both 2 and 3. Okay? From both 2 and 3 is a better shot creator. There's no way on earth you're going to tell me in a situation with the Chicago Sky, which is a team that's going to have to get buckets. Angel ain't getting buckets like that. Camilla, yes, but she needs the perfect entry passes. Citron, you think Chicago going to be like, here, Citron, get a bucket? Or if you got Big Foe, you got Flau'jae, go get a bucket. Flau'jae going to go get a bucket. In a situation where you don't get Jewel Lloyd, which I hope they don't, and in a situation where you don't bring in Kennedy Carter. All right? The defensive, the size part, no. Flau'jae is listed at 5'10", but she was asked on her podcast about her height, and she said that she believes she's 6 feet, or closer to 6 feet. That makes her the same size as Citron, who's 6'1". Right, virtually the same size. So that ain't it. Athleticism, it's not even in the same ballpark. Flau'jae is so athletic, she looks like she's lazy because the shit is so easy and nothing. That's the type of athleticism she got. Spin moves, going to develop spin moves, euros, just everything. Better finisher. She's just a better fucking player. But I know what happens. We get hooked on certain players. I get it. So, then even on the defense, I don't buy it. Citron's the better defender. I believe Citron is more consistent because she has to rely on it. The team really needs that from her. That's going to be her calling card. If Flau'jae wants to lock you up, she will lock your ass up. So I've seen her in situations like even in college and other stuff like that, where somebody going too crazy, she the type, coach, give me her. Give me her. You feel me? And I feel like she can go do that. Period. And then the other reason, which is a side reason, but it is a reason, Flau'jae just better for business. Her and Angel Reese, the rapping, the stardom, the ticket sales. Now, Mama Reese and Mama Johnson just going to work that shit out. Hey, look, I recommend, I will come out and I will take them all out to dinner. They can all sit down and talk. Or somebody needs to do that. Of course, they don't know my black ass. But that's what I'm saying. Somebody needs to take them out to go talk. And those are just my reasons right there, man, why it's a no-brainer that you take Flau'jae Johnson over a Citron in the event that she declares. If she doesn't, it's all irrelevant. Peace out.